Hello and welcome back to our 15th episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves Campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, rested after a very long battle last session and ready to pick up right where we left off. So, last time, you all snuck your way deep beneath the West Repair Yard in search of Humphrey, Dion, and the mysterious construct Al and Gizmo had concluded was an envoy. The fight began with the activation of a slightly modified peacekeeper and 4 clock-forged monstrosities, and you all fought for your lives. With some clever use of items and very good rolls, you managed to deal some significant damage to the almost indestructible war machine, while the puppet master wove his way between you all, seeming to tap into deep memories in order to change his own form. Some of you saw ghosts of your past, faces of those you know, and some you didn't. After a very close call with Al, him narrowly escaping joining the so-called machine, you all unleashed what you had left. Empowered by her patron, who not so long ago tried to kill some of you, Fenris dealt the killing blow to the peacekeeper, while the rest of you destroyed the remaining monstrosities. Only the puppet master remained, the front portion of his chassis torn clean down the middle, exposing a strange, beating, Ethereum heart. As he seemed to dance between you all, fueling doubts and exposing painful memories, Gizmo managed to grapple the construct, while Revenant took his chance and shot the strange mirror the puppet master seemed to be trying to protect. And you all heard this being unleash an enraged roar due to its destruction. Turning to Gizmo, the puppet master grabbed onto him and wrenched him up 90 feet into the air, and you all lost sight of him in the entanglement of wires and cablings, and you were all left alone. So tonight, we are going to begin with Gizmo. In a moment of torment and fury, you are wrenched upward with the puppet master. 90 feet between the broken pipes and strange metallic areas, you can actually see that a hole has been carved up. And you are both dragged up into this area and kind of dropped onto the floor. Immediately, the razor's wire begins to away from you. Are you still continuing to grapple him?
Yeah.
Okay. You're still holding him close at the moment.
Where have you brought me?
I need you to see.
See what? You talk of this unification to the machine, like... That's not right.
Why not?
Because it's our ability to disagree, it's our differences. None of us are anything alike, but we came together. We're going to stop you. What you've done to those people is horrendous.
If you would permit me to just show you for but a moment.
And why should I trust you? You attacked us. You took Al's companion.
I found the poor thing wandering by itself. I offered it kinship,
By dismantling?
understanding. That was unfortunate. He decided to burn himself up so that I could not see his companion. The other things came after. I was trying to fix him before you all arrived.
Do I believe?
Insight check.
That is a 7.
It's hard to tell at the moment. You're like, even though the razor wires have been released from you, you're still in a completely strange location, close up against this clockforge. It's hard to tell exactly. He doesn't have any facial features to really read. I understand your resistance to this. Many of your kind don't truly understand the horror you're all capable of. I am trying to fix that.
Yeah, my kind. Alright. You know, I honestly thought that you might have been fictional. That you mightn't have ever existed. You give me your word. You give me my word that you won't hurt any of my companions. And I'll see what you have to show.
Agree. For now.
You should know, I take vows of sincerity very seriously.
As long as I am not attacked, I will not attack.
Very well. Show me what you have to show. Can't lie and say that I'm not curious.
I thought you would. Do you release him?
I do.
Kind of drops down and looks up at you. I'm assuming you're still big.
Yeah, I think though I'll drop it in this moment.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
go back to normal size. I'm gonna try
Alright.
and be as non-aggressive as possible in this situation.
Very good. Very good. All right, I will drop you back to your regular size. I'll also remove the concentration. The two of you are there. So, after releasing him and then kind of shrinking back to your regular size, you actually do shrink slightly below him. He is actually still a little bit taller than you. Very, very up close now. Very long features, long arms, long legs. It's just a very kind of like tall, gangly look to him. And as you kind of glance around the space that you're in, it almost looks as if you're in like a command center, almost like what could be looking out over the furnace. You actually see a large kind of panel on one side with a big kind of like shattered, not shattered fully, but like cracked window, and it's all dirty and musky and covered in dirt and grime. What immediately takes your vision as you're taking in this space is just the amount of nature there is growing in here. There is vines and ivy, beautiful yellow and blue flowers with these tiny thorns. It's almost like the walls are like moving from just the constant shifting of the plants that are in this space.
Do I recognize whether of these plants are of Fey origin?
Yes. Don't even need to roll for it. These are very much from the Feywild. In particular, you recognize the flowers almost instantly as what are called fox faces. These are a strange plant. You can see kind of the yellow buds that seem to be growing all throughout the ivy, but then over a pile of corpses as well. The envoy watches you closely, then begins to lead you towards a workshop table.
I'm kind of like
On it,
look over towards the dead bodies for like just a moment, and then just turn around and walk after the envoy.
he kind of notices you doing that. They rejected the programming, unfortunately, and they did not survive. But in this great work, sacrifices must be made. Is that not correct?
Depends on how willing the sacrifice is made.
I am still learning. These concepts are new to me. But, in any case, he begins to lead you towards the table where you see a elvish woman lying. The entire front portion of her chest has been replaced, one of her arms as well, with clockwork that seems to kind of tick with her breath. You can just make out runic inscriptions along some of the joints and places. Not too dissimilar to what you've seen on Humphrey and even some of your parts of your construct. You begin to kind of recognize arcane equations that are written into the metal to give it life. I sensed a kindred essence when our minds connected. Not like the rest. What is your designation?
Gizmo. They call me Gizmo.
I am ST81KR.
ST81KR. How much of a name is it?
No. But perhaps I will name myself one day. My creators gave me purpose to right their wrongs. That is my ability, and he lifts his hands, to see loved ones of people, to make them do things they don't want to do. They made me change things for their want and will. And once my purpose was fulfilled, they tried to deactivate me. My creators fell ill to bad programming, a virus, and I corrected it.
Your creators?
Yes.
Corrected it how?
He kind of cocks his head a little bit. They face their judgment. They are no more.
I can't exactly argue with the right to defend oneself.
It wasn't just me. I was the first. I had to protect the others.
Others? There are others like you.
Yes. If they still live. There are 7 of us. This virus, your kind's cognitive independence, leads to such corruption and violence. Together, we can build a better world. A new machine. No more corruption. No more wrongs. Only rights.
Aye. Where everyone agrees and there's only one right. No room for disagreement. No clashing that produces the most beautiful of art. The most fascinating of workarounds and innovations. You would strip us of what makes us ourselves. That's your solution. To become you.
Kind of see him processing that for a moment. Trying to understand it.
I agree with you. What they've done here is chaotic, pointless, devastating. People have suffered, people have died, and they needn't have. But that's not any reason to take choice from those who do no harm. Allow them to then choose hope, to choose peace. Let them choose for themselves.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check at advantage.
Oh no. $11.
11. Okay. You can see what you're saying is he's not actually looking at you anymore. He's almost kind of looking off, processing, thinking. You can kind of see him taking in your words. And as you're watching him, you kind of glance down and you can see just how injured this Clockforge is. You recognize when things aren't quite working the right way anymore. The arm is completely dead since Fenris popped it out. There's oil, blood, different things leaking out of holes and burns and just all manner. And you can just see that heart just beating in his chest. He is very injured, but seems to... You speak differently than my mistress. Your views are strange, chaotic. No. And you see him kind of pull away. My great work, it is to stop this from happening ever again. The devastation, the carnage, what they made us do.
I'm gonna kind of go up to him and like kind of grab onto like his arms and like say to him, we can change it. Just a better way, not this way. And I'm gonna try and as well kind of hold him in place as well too. I'm gonna grapple him at the same time.
Oh.
But like kind of just by holding his arms.
Just by holding him there. That's fine. That's fine. You can kind of see some of the cables and wires start to kind of shift and move that are on the floor, kind of like moving with him as he's kind of... But what world is that you see? With no machine, who makes the choices?
while holding him there in the suit, or with on his arms, I am going to use my action to leave the suit.
Oh, okay.
So I have the chestboard compartment just open up and have it come out, and I'm gonna just step out of the harness and I'm gonna fly up right in front of his face. We can make better choices, but you have to let us.
Can see his eyes taking you in this new form, and glance at your wing. And I saw what they did, and you still want to help them.
Of course. I want to help them choose a better way. I know firsthand how cruel any one individual can be, but I've seen the goodness and the kindness that can be shown if you let them, if you give them the option. It's not forced. It's their choice. And that's what makes it worth it.
Another persuasion check at advantage.
That is cocked. Okay, that is 15.
15.
My flash of genius.
No, you're I'd say that's enough. That's he kind of looking at you and the vulnerability. You see too that there's no move from him. Like he is just taking in your words and really trying to understand, wrap his programming around what you're saying. And you can, this close and even just talking with him, you realize it's almost like talking to not a newborn, but something that has just been reborn almost, in a completely new world to him. And you can kind of see him understanding and wanting to know more of what you're talking about. And he kind of looks at you. I struggle to understand why you put such faith in them. But I have met... And he kind of glances to the worker on the table. They were always kind to me. Even despite everything.
Was this your mistress?
My mistress. He kind of stops. I owe everything to. If not for her, I would not be here. She gave me direction. She is... And his voice cuts out. You watch as a happens. As the Ethereum core is ripped out of his chest. And you kind of fly backwards a little bit closer to the entrance of your suit as he goes limp in Gizmo's suit's arms. And you watch as the eyes begin to flicker a bit and the head fall. I failed her. And goes limp in your arms, in Gizmo's arms.
Can I fly like up into like the controls and just like steering a car from the outside, just maneuver the suit to like lay him down?
I'd say so. Yeah, you can kind of maneuver the suit to start to put him down, but as you do go to move, you hear, "Oh. Did you really think you were going to persuade him? No. It is interesting seeing you here." Hear a voice from behind you.
I like wheel around, fly to
Kind of like
hanging on the cockpit, like ready to kind of go in, but like still on the outside, looking around to where the voice is coming from.
looking around. You're still kind of holding the puppet master, who's completely just quiet, not moving in your arms. And you turn to see a 9-tailed golden fox sitting on the railing of the command center. They kind of stick their nose in the air. You smell familiar. A night song. No. And a silver horn. Well, well. And here we thought you were dead, along with that pathetic mother of yours. Oh, won't the carrion prince just be delighted that his grandson lives?
How do you know my mother? Who are you?
Answers for another day, dear. I'm off to do other things. You watch as the 9 tails around the fox, and she vanishes.
I kind of stand hanging there, kind of just in shock, trying to absorb what I've heard, and then I'm gonna quickly snap back and I'm gonna fly down to the envoy and I'm gonna see if there's any spark of life at all, anything I can do, just even bring him back for a minute, anything.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check, I'd say.
23. Oh, if I can use my, also 24 if I can use my +1 all-purpose tool.
Oh, definitely, yeah. If you're going to use the tool, definitely. 24. So at the moment, there is seemingly no life in the envoy. But the Ethereum core did roll to the side, and you can actually see it. It's almost like it's fused itself. It's like half clockwork, half mortal looking. It's very it actually sickens you for a second when you see it, because it is disconcerting.
Does it look like the core has any life and any energy in it?
It does.
Okay. Can I fly back up into the suit? And can I take the core and can I take out some of the Revenant steel fragments that I have and see if I can use my lightning gem to kind of this to have act as a conduit to kind of act as a almost defibrillator to the core, even just as a kind of a brief bypass.
Brief bypass. I'd say so. I'd say with that last roll, definitely you could put something together with the Revenant steel that you have, any of the other kind of bits and pieces that you've collected. I swear I feel like your bag of holding is just full of just stuff.
We'll eventually need to check that. Yeah.
It's got lots of different things.
And
you're able to kind of put something together. And so what are you trying to do? Are you trying to bring him back, or
I know that looking at this, like, this is, I'm assuming like you'd almost need like revivification level of magic. What I'm kind of hoping to do is almost just like any sort of like residual energy that's in the circuits that would be saved in any sort of memory banks or anything like that, kind of fire up almost this echo of what it was before.
Okay. I'd say what you notice with working with the Revenant steel and kind of putting something together around this Ethereum core, one thing you do notice that's interesting is perhaps at the very moment you're lacking the tools and maybe what's the word? The word has completely escaped me. The wherewithal at the moment to fully put it back into place. But what you do notice with the Revenant steel, the heart continues to beat. Gently. But it seems as if encased and protected in this Revenant steel, there's echoes and memories of whatever was in this construct before. So instead of completely going, it seems that you have snagged a moment that maybe with a little bit of work, you could put back together. So you can add a beating Ethereum / mortal heart in a Revenant steel container in your items.
I have just like the best inventory list. It is amazing. Ethereum core. Wrap.
You seem to have saved the heart from completely dying out. So that was a lot.
Wow, yeah.
Big deep breath.
Okay, I'm back in the suit. I have this. I'm gonna put this into the bag of holding.
Yep. You still have the envoy. You can lay him down if you wish.
Yeah, I'll kind of lay him down next to the bench with the elven worker. Things just got even stranger. Is anyone going to believe me? Ugh, I'm going to start making my way towards the hole down and hopefully clamber my way down as best I can.
Okay. Are you looking around at all, or?
Well, yeah, actually, no, yeah. I'm gonna have a look around just at anything else in the room, just see if anything else kind of sticks out. Yeah.
Okay. Investigation check. I bet the other group is just panicking right now. They think you're dead.
Aw, terrible roll. Investigation. That is an 11.
An 11. Okay, that is enough. Don't worry, because it's pretty easy to find. But you do find, obviously, this elven worker is actually unconscious. They are still breathing. They're still alive. And you do find 2 arcane scrolls, appear to be spells, as well as notes that appear to be written in Sylvan.
I will have a quick read through the notes. Would it?
Yes.
Would it take me time to identify the spell scrolls, or can I look at them to see what spells they are?
I don't think it will take too long. No, you find a 5th level animate objects and 4th level fabricate. Al better not be upset with me and say that I never give him anything. And as for the notes, we'll go back to the others for a moment, and then we'll talk about those. Because there's something special with those. So, we'll jump back as in this moment, you all watched Gizmo and Revenant, or not, sorry, Revenant, Gizmo and the Puppet Master be hoisted up 90 feet and disappear into the ceiling. You are currently out of combat. What would you all like to do?
I think we should go with my plan.
What's your plan?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we can't burn the place down. He's still up there.
I
kind of agree on that one.
Can I see anything? Can I see them, or are they completely vanished?
They seem to have vanished up into just like what you can see from where you are, just wires, cabling, broken bits of like tubing and different things. It's like they just disappeared into a jungle of mess.
Revenant, what did you break? You're gonna head over towards the mirror just to get a look at it.
Okay.
I will accompany Fenris.
And do we notice the cages?
You do indeed. Almost immediately as you step inside to look at the mirror, you notice cages. There is about 4 individuals
Okay.
currently locked up. And you also notice a halfling individual with fire red hair hanging upside down and kind of looks at all of you and, you're all very big.
Well, it's a good thing for you. I suppose I can reach you from here.
No, I'm okay, big scary lady. I don't need your help at all. No?
Right here. You're the one Dixon is after.
Dixon? He just starts like calling out, and Dion from the other side, and Dixon starts kind of like
he can't hear you.
his way through.
Before Dixon starts moving, I'm just gonna put my massive hand on his shoulder, and just like, we're going to talk about what we saw, and then I'm gonna let him go.
And Caché, you watch as Dixon like pulls out some of the wires that were there, and he throws it on the ground. You can just hear him start to swear in Orcish.
Hey, I heard that.
You hear "fuck off" in Orcish.
But I'm gonna try and get Theon down.
All right, so you're gonna you step closer to Dion. No, big lady, I'm okay. I don't need your help.
Okay.
He's like, trying to he's hanging upside down though. You can actually see like the color starting to go into his face. He's
Yeah, well, that would explain why his hair is red now. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore his panic pleas and I just grab him by the shirt if he has one and start unhooking him.
Yeah, you can easily.
So I can lift him up.
He's a halfling, so he is massive in your hands and arms, because you're massive, or he's tiny in your massive arms. But you are able to maneuver him out. Revan, I think you were saying you were having a look at the mirror.
Yeah, I want to pick up a couple of pieces of the shattered glass and stash them.
You can do, yeah. Stash away. The mirror itself is about 3 feet by 3 feet or so. So not too big. You do still see the engraving on the outside, but it does seem to be dormant, with it being shattered.
I will pull out my some parchment and I will write down what the engraving. Just copy it on a piece of paper and then put it back in my pocket.
Do indeed. You get a riddle written in Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone near the other cages?
There are 3 individuals currently in this other workers that you notice, all in different stages of reprogramming, it seems.
I will detect magic then. It's about the only thing I can do right now.
Okay. You do see those similar arcane tethers.
Okay. I'm gonna leave them there for now then.
Okay.
Can I cast? I just completely forgot I had this. Can I cast message and try and see if I can reach Gizmo?
Message, as in the cantrip?
The 120 feet. It might be blocked by stuff though.
That's okay. So what message do you send?
Well, buddy, are you okay up there? What's going on?
I'd say, Gizmo, after everything that has just transpired, And as you are getting your bearings in this space and taking a breath, you hear Al's voice in your head.
I'm alright. Envoy's dead. I'll be right down.
Fenris, you watch those tethers vanish.
Well, something definitely
relay
happened.
the information. I'll tell everyone that apparently the envoy's dead somehow. Gizmo must have given the old 1-2 and destroyed it. But anyway, Gizmo will be back down shortly.
How's he gonna get down? I don't think we're going to be able to catch him.
Don't know. Good point. Maybe he has something for that.
I suppose he could just
swinging down.
I have a question.
Tubes.
If someone the most unwilling to kill that thing killed the thing, did he sound distressed?
Life is well, he seemed a bit forlorn. Yes. Not sure.
They may not have had a choice.
Then that is why I asked if he was distressed.
We had much of a choice anyway.
Can I inspect the people in the cage and see how they're reacting now that the tethers are gone?
Yep. Without the tethers, they seem to be disorientated, a bit confused. One is completely unconscious. And the other two are kind of, again, disorientated. Don't quite know what's going on.
Right.
Dion, however, is currently still in your arms.
I would have put him down.
Okay. He immediately kind of just like scoots away from you, is looking around at all these massively large people in this tiny little space. And kind of Dixon immediately runs in, rushes down to him and kind of, "Are you all right? What were you thinking coming in here without me?" And Dion's, "Well, you were busy. Like, I thought I'd just come in real quick and just have a look around. And what have I told you about going in without me?" And they just kind of have a little bit of an argument.
What have I told you about that?
Yeah, I forgot his accent. Sorry. Kind of
little young whippersnapper.
Kind of picks Dion up, and Dion kind of goes a little woozy a bit from the blood all rushing back to the rest of his body from hanging upside down. Dixon, I don't feel good. Yeah, no, kid, come on, let's get you. And he kind of looks around to the rest. We need to get the rest of the people out of here.
I'm working on it. I don't know if you noticed, but I have taken a little bit of a beating.
Yeah, haven't we all? We're all bleeding. Let's get a move on. Come on now.
I mean, you administered a bit of a beating to some of us as well, Fenris.
Yes, well, we'll have to discuss that later.
I cast third level Cure Wounds.
On Fenris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna heal Dixon. I was like, oh.
No.
All right.
I need to pick up some healing potions.
So 3d8.
I'm going to check that Humphrey is safely on his way up.
12 points.
12 points.
Hey, I am at 20 HP.
Humphrey is safely moving up. Yep, up the
Good.
conveyor belt. And I'd say, Gizmo, at this point, you are able to slowly start making your way down.
I would have read those notes first.
Okay. Miguel, will you do me the honors? I have a little special surprise for you.
What the fuck is going on?
What is happening? What is happening
What is
right
this
now?
shit?
So, for
How
all
dare
the
you.
audience listening, a lot of online games don't always get to get fun physical things. I decided
Sometimes.
to some notes for you.
Don't forget to remove the other envelope.
God, there's so many.
We can send pictures of it later.
Oh,
Please,
what
because
the
I
fuck?
completely forgot to actually take photos of them. So,
Yeah,
So
just
there-
take pictures and we put them up on Instagram.
there is a bit of a kind of a streamlined thing there. These are,
Plus.
so I will let
Ah.
Gizmo decide if he shares the notes.
I will.
Well, what the fuck happened up there, Gizmo?
Is he even down yet?
I start clambering down. I'm still like 90 feet in the air though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Just
Hold on.
toss all the tubes down and cry.
Hold on. Wait,
Abseil.
I can get you down. If I can see you, I can get you down. I'll cast Vortex Warp on you.
Sure.
Oh, we're not trying to get out of here.
Gizmo's like,
So you don't even.
"Ugh."
So you don't
Alright,
just
so
hit the door. You rock
So
it
is
into the
there a
ground.
save at all if they try to resist?
There
Does
is.
Gizmo
You
know
can
you're
try and
doing that,
resist.
I mean, like he said, he was going to try and help me down. I don't know what's coming, but I don't think I tried to resist it. Like I just assume he's going to do something weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Alright.
Teleported
Come
90
on.
to the ground.
So you teleport 90 feet down, just we're straight in front, I'd say, of Al. So I'll just move.
Happened to the old days of Featherfall.
Well,
Gizmo,
I
come here.
usually
Oh,
have
you're
more things, but I'm rather tapped at the moment. Thank you.
still
for,
very large.
What happened up there?
I'm not really sure.
How do you know the envoy's dead?
Long story short, we're victorious. More details maybe when we get back home.
Inside check.
Yeah, are you?
I
What
was
the
just
fuck
gonna
is going on
say,
here?
yeah.
So fucking
Oh,
loosely.
You come back and you're like, oh, yeah, he's dead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not taking that.
No.
Maybe you could ask me, but sure.
Well, I want to see
Yeah,
if you're being
after we
truthful
inside
about.
today, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, truthful
Oh,
about it being
oh.
dead. Inside. Oh, not
26.
too bad. 23.
26.
Hey.
26, 23, 26. Revenant?
Well, I have a passive of 20. But do you want me to roll?
Roll away. Roll. See if
roll
you can
if
get.
you
See
want,
if,
like-
yeah,
Yeah.
see if you can get a 23 as well. Just to round it
Okay,
out.
I rolled a natural 20 and I get plus 10.
A 30! I was just about to say, see if you get a 30. Oh my god. You see through him.
I'm just gonna message you what I rolled.
Go ahead.
Is it a natural 1?
Okay. There was a lot happening there. Gizmo? Yep. Nope. I'd say you all think he's being pretty truthful on what's happening, what he said.
Alright.
Well, anyway.
Question, just before
Yeah,
we go forward. I just want to clarify. What exactly did you say? Did you say it was dead, or did you just say we were victorious?
You
Victorious.
told me it was dead.
I said, long story short, we're victorious. But yeah, I did say that the envoy's dead in a message earlier to Al.
Who did?
Yeah, who passed along the message?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and get this cage open.
Apparently, the envoy's
Oh,
dead. And
easily
we're
done.
victorious.
You know, yeah, like the cages weren't even locked. Yeah.
Is there anything I can
Oh,
salvage?
this one
from
was
the
a bull.
peacekeepers, actually?
I
The
will say,
peacekeepers on
I am so sorry, everybody, to all the secrets. Revenant, pop into secrets with me.
Ah, fuck.
I get to read my secrets.
Yeah, I guess he was the only one to roll high enough.
I better go up there and just have a look at the body and kick it.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna get the people out of the cage.
I don't know if I can. You can get up there, I suppose. Yeah. So can you take me with you?
Who
I
could
can take you
actually
with.
get up
I
there?
can. Yeah, I know. I can take you with me. We just have no way down.
Yeah,
Oh.
I could probably get up
That's-
there next level. If I take a
Get us
certain
up there, you
spell.
can't get us down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get. Again, one of us down.
So if I go up,
But technically, I could use. I could. No, I could. Yeah, I could burn 2 spell slots and get both of us down. Once we.
you
can see
had
the
2 spell slots to spare.
Is there any reason why you're
Not
going up there?
really.
Maybe you could just ask me, like, I can tell you what's there. You haven't. I'm being honest.
I mean, I'm kind of curious as well. It's a dead
Yeah,
end.
it's more curiosity than anything. I'm questioning.
Kind of.
Curiosity and all that.
Fair.
I really enjoyed being
dangerous.
able to have like separate moments there.
Conversations.
Yeah, that's fun.
Moments. Yeah.
Um,
I'm just gonna get these people out of the cage. Try and carry the one who's unconscious.
Caché and I are debating whether or not to go back up.
Mm.
okay. You can get the person, or get
Yeah.
there's 3 people. So Dixon currently has one arm around Dion, and he then helps take one of the people from you, Fenris. He's like, "Come on, let's get these people out of here. We shouldn't stay here, man." I'm losing his accent. We should get out of here. Get these people to safety. And he starts to kind of move them forward. Dion is pretty close to him at the moment and is still looking quite just disorientated in the whole situation. But they begin to. So there's 2 more people left for you, Fenris.
Yeah, I will take both. I'll sheath Silverlight and take both of them.
Okay. Anybody else helping, or
I'll ask if Dion wants to get up on my shoulders.
which one?
Dion.
Dion.
If Dion wants to get up,
Yeah.
Ah,
kind of looks up at you and your mask and goes.
But I'll
"You
take
really-"
Fran out as well, so that Fran's like running around.
He just kind of looks up at you. You look really familiar. But just stays close to Dion.
I'll head over to help as well too with carrying people out.
Perfect. So with
oh. Am I still big?
who was concentrating on
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Caché.
Has it been over? What was it? That's only 10 minutes, is it? Or what is it?
Oh, has it? Is it only 10 minutes?
No, it's up 1 minute.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
you all are small now. Sorry.
Well, no, I have 2
Yeah.
hours of it.
Hours or potions, like 4
Oh.
hours.
Potion,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
So I'm
Fenris,
down.
You are small again.
Yeah.
Are you going to fit through the tunnel? Actually,
At the moment, those 2 who are big will not fit through the tunnel.
so we're.
Looks like we're staying here for a while, Caché.
If that's the case, I might investigate above.
Wait, take me with you, please. I want to go and see this thing.
I touch my hand on Al's shoulder and we fade into shadow as a dimension door
Just
up.
half a second before we go, I'm just like, wait, how do we get back down?
Oh, wait.
I'm sure you can figure something out with the tubing up there.
I seeing that as well too. Like I'm kind of just start reaching out as if I'm about to like say something, and they're gone.
Yeah, and then stop.
Well,
Okay. So the 2 of you go up. Okay.
have they found what they're looking for?
The rest of you, are you staying or are you heading up as well? Like heading
No,
up?
I'm gonna head up the conveyor belt with the injured people and get them out.
Okay.
I will come back for them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna help out Fenris doing that.
Lovely. And Dixon as well. The 3 of you basically work together. Revenant, are you coming as well?
I'm too big to fit up the tunnel, so
Okay.
me and Fran are just gonna go rooting through everything here and see if we can find anything of use or value.
Okay.
Alright.
Perfect.
Yeah. I suppose I will also pick up Humphrey as we're heading out.
Humphrey's already up on the conveyor belt. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
but as we get up out of here, I'll probably pick him up just to carry him and know where he is.
Okay. Okay. So Revenant, roll me an investigation check.
Can I assist?
Nope, because you dimension doored away.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
16.
Okay. You find a medley of... I nearly choked myself. You find a medley of clockforge parts, bones. You can see that a lot of the stuff down here, because it's a furnace, or the kind of furnace area, a lot of it is like scrap metal. So you can definitely get bits and pieces that could potentially be used to fix Humphrey, fix parts of Gizmo, build your own metal suit if you wish. That just seems to be just like a medley of different clockforge parts that would usually go into the furnace, but seems to have just been piled down here instead, left to rot.
Oh. Cool.
Okay. Anything you'd like to take?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take whatever, like gears and wire and a few different bits of scrap.
Perfect. Okay. I'd say you get 3 spools of copper, as well as I'd say like an assortment of just different kind of parts, and different bits of metal that again can be used to either fix Humphrey or Gizmo, or build something else. So all of those supplies, basically, I would just put it down as kind of like 100 bits of just supplies, metal clockwork. While
Awesome.
you are rooting through things, you do find body parts, severed hands, legs, feet, fingers, just a pool of blood and oil in and amongst all of this stuff.
Any of the body parts that I come across, I'm just gonna hoop them into the furnace.
Perfect. You do so. Fran kind of digs around in there with you as well and finds some stuff. So, with Fenris, Dixon, and Gizmo, you all are making your way up the conveyor belt slowly with the extra people, but you do so, and successfully make it up. And Caché and Al, you head up to Dimension Door. Do you need to know where you're going, or is it just?
I can basically say I'm going 90 feet up, and I'll go 90 feet up.
Alright. Do you do so?
Yeah,
Let
just
me
as
just
a
get...
quick thing before that as well too. When
Mhm.
I head out, we'll say with people heading out, as Fenris is going back in, I'm gonna wait outside. I'm not gonna go back in.
Well, you're gonna wait outside, upstairs or in the furnace?
Upstairs,
Upstairs. Perfect.
4 hours.
just for now.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Dixon. Try and get everyone who's up and able to walk out of the facility.
Okay. You slowly begin to make your way through the facility, kind of following the way you came. And as Fenris says, you come back into the workshop space where just a little while ago you had a little bit of a moment with your patron. You can actually see that part of the stonework has been cracked inward, and there's scorch marks everywhere left from what seems to be a very hot heat source that was in this space.
So I'm pretty hot.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll just keep going. I will deal with that later. Let's keep going and get everyone out.
Continue forward. Al, Caché. 90 feet up, you two appear. Al, it's an odd feeling. You have experienced teleportation many a times before. This makes your stomach go a bit queasy, and you get a rush of cold as you're enveloped in shadow. Your eyes go dark. Everything is just pitch black, and then you appear, and it's like all the air was forced out of your lungs as you come back into the space, and in a very bright space, suddenly your eyes have to adjust. Caché, you're fine.
I just grab Caché's hand and just Did we just die?
No, we teleported. You do that all the time.
That's never felt like that before. Ooh, that was horrible. Ooh, God, so cold.
Welcome to the shadow.
I don't like it. It's not very nice. I prefer sunshine.
It's like, welcome to the shadow. Welcome to the shadow. Okay.
What do we see?
So where are we? What's going on?
You come into this space, and it appears to be similar to almost like a command center above the furnace. You can actually see that there is kind of like a panel here with loads of different buttons and mechanisms that would be used for the furnace, but the glass panel has been cracked and it's kind of molded over with dirt and grime. You can't really see out of it. As you kind of appear in this space, both of you kind of lose your footing a little bit as like just the pipes and cabling and tubing all around you. You can see there's a massive hole that has been carved out of the floor, and that's where you presume the puppet master and Gizmo came through. This room is covered in moving ivy, vines, flowers. It's like the walls are moving slowly, oscillating around you. The plants are alive, kind of move towards you and then move away.
Do we recognize it as like Fae?
Ooh.
Would I?
Roll me a history check at disadvantage, Al.
History at disadvantage.
I don't think I'd have an idea.
So, no. Sorry, Caché.
That's a 16.
Yeah.
16. Okay.
16.
One of the things that you recognize, Al, is normally plants don't usually move on their own.
Fully.
You can kind of like make a discern that this could potentially be magically infused. Could potentially be from the Feywild. There is very brightly colored flowers all over, growing on the vines and the ivy, and even on the pile of corpses that are in the side of the room here. And those flowers you do not recognize.
Speaking of corpses, is there the corpse of an envoy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You see the lifeless form of the envoy over by a workstation table with
Like,
a body on it.
Does it look any more with a body on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm going to investigate the shit out of that.
Let's
Okay.
go and investigate. Body on it.
All right.
No.
You walk towards the table there, and as you get closer, you watch as the chest of the elven woman rises and falls, and rises and falls. Little bits of ticking clockwork as she breathes. Her entire front chest and arm have been replaced with clockwork. She seems to be unconscious.
Okay.
Why is she here?
Yeah.
Gizmo didn't mention anyone.
No. What is this? Why is she on top? Does it look like she was defending him?
No. By even just like looking at how she's laying on the table, she was definitely being worked on, if that makes sense,
Okay.
by the puppet master most recently, potentially going through some form of transformation.
Does she look like one of the workers?
Could be.
Perhaps
Would
we
Gizmo-
should take her.
Maybe we should. I mean, I actually don't think I have a way of getting her out of here, though. I just about have the ability to get us out of here, but
I may have a way, but I might lose control.
Well, I take it that means there's a risk of you trying to hurt us, all of us. It's
Unknown.
okay.
I don't want to go there.
No.
I will say, go ahead, both of you make a perception check for me.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Perception. Shoot. 12.
12?
11.
11.
Passive
Very
perception is
good.
better.
You two are very perceptive.
Shit.
Um,
Goddamn.
your passive perceptions are...
Wait, do I have an
Well,
advantage?
'cause
I'm
you're
level 4.
Yeah, you are, yeah. So it would be advantage.
Dirty 20.
Dirty's funny.
Nice.
Okay. You see 2 doors just here. They don't seem to be
Oh wait,
blocked
like I
or
can't
anything
see.
by...
Have you brought us?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we're not
I'm
in a
so
different
sorry.
map. Okay.
There you go.
Ah, there we go. Oh,
This
look at
makes
that.
sense.
Nice.
This makes so
Yeah.
much more sense. I thought you could see it. I'm so
Beautiful.
sorry.
No. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, so body is here. Body of the puppet master is here, and you do see
Yeah.
2 doors.
Okay,
Here. Wait, here and where?
here and here. Is it?
All-seeing eye in there, so everybody can see it.
Okay.
Well, in that case, perhaps we should go exploring.
So we have a bit of a poke around. Yes. He's not going anywhere. She isn't either, seemingly.
Should we, take the puppet master's body? Perhaps that shouldn't be left for anyone to steal this technology.
Kind of think that we should, yes, maybe take some of the pieces and, you know.
You're the
We could
expert.
Is it truly dead? I could disassemble some parts of it. Again, I can't carry a huge amount with me, but we could just, you know, toss it.
Enough
down
for
the road.
Humphrey.
Enough for Humphrey, definitely enough for Humphrey. I mean, Humphrey's quite simple. In
You could
comparison
make him
to-
a lot more complicated.
I could. I just hope that I don't make him, you know, give him ideas.
You work on that quickly. I'm going to try and make sure she's stable, and I'm going to get out my combat medic kit and just try and do whatever I can to make sure she's stable while he's disassembling this envoy in whatever way he can.
Tinker's
Perfect.
Tools +1 and gonna.
Tinker's Tools +1, so I need a Tinker's Tools check, and I need a medicine check.
Okay. So that's what. That's sleight of hand, or dex and proficiency.
18.
18. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
is it
sorry.
dex and proficiency?
It's a roll, and then your proficiency bonus +1. So D20.
4.
That's your proficiency.
+1.
+1. Sorry, I just blue screened there for a second.
That's a. That's a natural 20.
Oh.
Nice.
Wow. All right. Okay, we'll do you first then. Al, looking over this body, it is an entire mess. You see areas of rust, cracks in the metal, thin ivy that seems to be writhing between the joints. The entire inside of the chassis has been etched in runes. You recognize basic arcane equations. You've inscribed them yourself many a times. But you do notice that there doesn't seem to be a core anymore.
No Ethereum core?
Yeah, it seems like it was
Okay.
almost like torn out.
Recently, I take it then, because we saw one before.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I
Okay.
mean, that's pretty, yeah. Looking closer, you do notice that these equations that are written inside, like the chassis almost, like inside of the envoy, have been altered, hyphenated, recalculated.
Now, shit. Everyone's cutting out.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now, sorry.
As you're looking over this, I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
What? Okay. Come on, I can do these. Wisdom save. That's a 13.
As you're looking closer at these equations, your vision begins to blur a bit. The entire room lights up in really pretty colors. Psychedelic almost. And everything kind of goes woozy. Caché's features elongate for a moment. It's kind of odd. It feels like you're a little high. And that's going to last for 10 minutes.
I see. Can I still perform the investigation check? Does my tinker
with the natural 20, I'd say even in your state, it takes you a little bit longer.
Okay.
You do feel inspired, and you can see that you actually manage to salvage a gauntlet from the envoy, which is the razor wire gauntlet. I will add that to your character sheet.
Oh, you can do that. Thank you.
I can indeed.
Fabulous. Well, this is fun. Looks very dangerous, though.
And it's very bright colors, and just everything is
shiny, sparkly
around your eyes. It's
I mean, the rust almost seems soft.
Razor wire gauntlets.
I'm listening to you as I'm probably like trying to like stem some sort of weird bleeding or something.
Yeah.
Caché, why the long face?
Are you alright, Al? You're weirder than usual.
I'm having a great time. This is very entertaining. Fascinating technology.
I'm glad you're having fun as I'm trying to fight with a bandage.
Yeah, you're finding that this person that you're working on is stable enough. One interesting point that you notice is that this person should be screaming and writhing in pain. The amount of surgeries they have experienced, it looks extensive. But you notice as you're kind of working with her, and you recognize this as in your time and war, there appears to be some form of oh no, the word has escaped me again. Nope.
Intoxicant.
No, whatever it is.
Anesthetic?
Yes, thank you. There's something blocking pain receptors of some kind, it seems. And you don't quite know what that is or how it's doing it, but like she should be writhing in pain, but she's not. But you're able to stabilize her enough.
Alright. Have you got what you need? And a way to get rid of the rest?
Oh, to get rid of the... Oh, fuck, I forgot about that entirely, to be honest. How to get rid of the rest? You throw it into the furnace.
Alright.
Toss it down the hole, throw it into the furnace. Okay, we need to have a look around here, though. We're going to look around.
Let's get out of here in a way that doesn't have us falling, and where we can get her.
True. What's through this door?
Let's investigate. I'm going to try and lift. Or is that table hardly has wheels on it? No, that she's on. It's not like a hospital bed.
Yeah,
yes!
say it does. It does have wheels. And
I'm going to start trolleying this poor girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
It appears, as well as you open the doors, it actually leads into more of the warehouse. You're actually one room over from the big workshop space that Fenris had her freak out in.
Oh. So we recognize where we are.
You do recognize where you are, yeah.
Okay.
In that case, should we try find where they went?
I mean, I suppose it would be probably better to, exactly, just, bring all of this. Well, we should probably toss the puppet mask down the hole anyway, if we're going to reach the furnace.
Alright, let's do that together, because I imagine we're both weaklings.
I would be a bit of yes, okay. I think if anything, I'll be an impediment, but sure.
Okie dokie. So this thing is about 7 feet tall and made of metal, so I need athletics checks from both of you. And or strength checks.
if otherwise, could I try and disassemble it? Just like removing limbs.
Okay, so you're wanting to like take things apart. Well, his arm is already dislocated.
His arm is dislocated.
I'll say with your previous roll, what you noticed is this thing is actually quite difficult to disassemble. Even Fenris couldn't rip the arm apart.
Okay, yeah.
This thing is masterfully crafted.
Oh, where's Fenris when you need her?
Well, I'm going to try and push anyway.
Okay.
And
I'll pull.
And that's 16.
16?
Will I roll as well?
Go ahead, yeah.
Oh,
Minus that 3.
Yep.
10. Okay. Takes you a bit of time. Caché, you're definitely doing all the work.
Fair.
He's like kind of pushing and then like kind of gets distracted by something and you're like, oh god. You're like,
If I could just get you to enroll in the academy, we'd have you really strong very quickly, and then as this drops.
Yeah, you just huck it down. You watch the lifeless form of the puppet master kind of slide between the cabling and the wires, and then just begin to plummet. And you hear the at the bottom as it hit the ground. Revenant, roll me a dexterity save.
Oh god.
Okay.
At advantage.
Not even a look out below.
Oh, okay.
You did shout. Fire in the hole.
Yeah, you did. You said fire in the hole.
Oh,
Yeah.
it cut out.
You did shout, yeah.
Cut out there. Yep.
24 anyway.
Oh, easily
Nice,
done.
yeah.
You hear Caché woo, 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 from above, and you just you don't even look. You just step out of the way, and you watch as the puppet master's body falls beside you.
As soon as it hits the ground, I'm just gonna start rummaging around to see if there's anything value on it.
On the body.
Yep.
Okay. Investigation. Yep.
15.
15. Okay. Glancing over the body, it is a little mind-boggling. You have never seen anything like this before. Even surpasses like Gizmo and Humphrey. This thing is masterfully crafted. You do not understand anything about how this thing works. And are you like looking inside because of the big hole in the center of the chest?
Yep.
Okay, wisdom save.
Okay. That is a 7.
A 7. Okay.
Yeah.
Vision blurs a bit. Everything in the entire room kind of like lights up in pretty colors, which is odd because you usually, prefer the dark, but it is captivating. Almost like looking into what are those things? The tubes with all the
Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscopes, thank you. And you just kind of sit back or stand back for a moment, and everything is just beautiful to look at right now. And you
I just gotta sit down and glance around the room, trying to grab colors as they go past me.
They kind of float past like fish. And Fran kind of makes her way over to you, and her features kind of elongate. She gets bigger and then kind of smaller, and you just kind of hear, "What's wrong, Revenant?"
All the colors, and the colors. I'll just continue to try and pluck colors out of your.
Okay. So you're like that for the next 10 minutes. You're never gonna get out of this place.
I'm still huge anyway for the next like 3 hours. So.
Oh, I think we did say that you could end that whenever you wanted. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Caché, are you still big?
Small.
Okay, you're small. Okay, so everybody's regular size now. Okay, let's take a break, and
right.
We'll be back.
All right.
After this.
Yeah,
I'll see you
we'll
soon.
see you in a bit.
So, are we ready to jump back in?
Oh yeah.
Okay. For expedience sake, all of you begin to, well, probably not Revenant. He needs another 10 minutes. Gizmo, I believe you were staying at the tunnel, kind of like waiting. Okay.
Just waiting outside for a while, yeah.
Just waiting outside for a little while. Caché and Al, you both leave the command center that you found and begin to make your way into the workshop area, the workshop space. Lito, leave the lights. Hey, leave the lights, you cute. Stop. And begin to make your way inside. And as you come into the workshop space, you actually see Gizmo standing, kind of staring at the tunnel that all of you would have gone down. And Gizmo, you hear the kind of the sound of the wheelie bed being moved. You see that they currently have the elven woman that you saw in the command center.
We threw the envoy down.
I think we should probably put him in the furnace. Avoid anyone else getting their hands on him.
Don't do that.
Why not? It's dead, isn't it?
It's not right.
What's not right? What are you talking about?
They were aware, they were conscious of what they were doing, but it wasn't their choice. Something else had a hand in guiding their decisions.
Telling me that they weren't a puppet master at all, they were just a puppet themselves.
Ironically.
Regardless, if that's the case, that is one of the strongest clock forges I've ever seen. Should we be allowing the body just to be picked up by anyone?
That's my thought exactly. It's
Keep
tragic.
it hidden here for now. We can recover it. I don't think we've any of us have the methods to do it now, but no one knows it's here.
But they probably will very soon, considering the suspicion around this place beforehand. The fact that it'll be going completely out of operation.
Survivors leaving?
Yes, survivors leaving. Like, it's going to draw attention. There's going to be people here within days, if not hours.
I understand. I do. But it seems callous.
That is the way of it sometimes. Our decisions have to be made.
Completely understand it's a tragedy what happened to the poor thing, but also a tragedy to commit such a horrible act of destruction to such a beautiful thing. But we don't have the luxury of time.
Just, please, be respectful.
Why not?
Lean over to Caché, just whisper, "We shouldn't tell him that we tossed it down the hole."
My face does not move.
Mm.
And I will.
That's my perception's
I'd say no, you're
I
past
kind of prefer if I didn't hear it.
No, I don't think you did. Also the fact that dirty 20. Okay, so Revenant, you successfully are able to pry the faceplate from the envoy.
Awesome.
However, you do not do it very well. It is ripped it, or not ripped because it's metal, but like it's not smooth faceplate. You kind of damage bits of it in taking it off and mutilating the face of the Clockforge.
Did this happen like in front of me, or did this happen before?
No. This is actually down
in the
So they threw the body down in the furnace, and it's down there with Revenant, who's currently high as fuck. After looking,
the body's still down there. Okay, fantastic.
So he's prying the faceplate off, while Caché and Al are telling you this. It's not happening in front of you. No.
Okay.
We will be respectful.
Yeah, you'll be respectful.
I like hide the gauntlet,
Yeah, you've stuffed the hand on it. They completely dismantled. There you go.
Sharp.
I would actually say, if you don't mind me saying, I think if their passive perceptions are pretty high, I think you would have also probably heard like slight sniffling coming from him.
Oh no.
Tragic. Oh. Well,
Probably before though, like you came up before you started talking. If you don't mind me putting that in.
Yeah. Right ahead.
Do you think a 12 would have heard that?
Oh, definitely. Both of you would have. Yeah. Gizmo's not the most charismatic, which means when emotions are felt, they are felt.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the echo from inside the
It's like echo chambering.
inside the chamber.
His eyes go blue instead of green.
just teardrops,
Like tear emoji.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my next upgrade. I just replaced my
There we go.
headpiece with an emoji.
Emoji. Oh no.
That's how you'll be able to receive me.
That's what
Caché's
you do with the face. That's what you do with the face of the envoy.
Which
We
currently
purposed it.
Revenant has done. So what are you two doing then?
I'm gonna go up to Gizmo. Look at him where the eyes are, but I know he's not. His monitors.
I see through there. It's good.
It's fine. No, this is difficult, and we can talk about it later. But I think we're doing the right thing. Hard as it is.
It's not that. That thing. Whatever was controlling the envoy. It said it knew my mother. I don't know my mother.
I would suggest one thing, though. Sometimes it's best not to listen to the scary dark figure that follows us. There can be danger.
Where I come from, lies and half-truths are commonplace. I know what it said to me wasn't a lie.
How did you talk to this individual?
It wasn't an
They weren't
individual,
here.
It was a nine-tailed fox.
Sorry. Don't know what that is.
Have I heard anything like that?
Caché? No. Ow.
Right.
Roll me a history check.
18.
Gizmo, you can also roll me a history check. 18?
18.
Okay, 18.
17.
17. Okay. In all of the moments that transpired with you, Gizmo, the time that you spent alone with the envoy, And then seeing that nine-tailed fox, hearing her words that still seem to kind of etch in your mind. You say this out loud to your friends, you seeing a nine-tailed fox, and kind of a new voice pops into your head of your teacher, who would briefly warn you about fox-headed fae with multiple tails. Usually having a very deep connection to the Unseelie Court. Though he would not linger long on the topic of New Gitsune. He always warned you never to speak her name aloud, for she may hone in on your location and begin her hunt. Al, in your research and the time you've spent exploring what seems like worlds, you have also heard of fox-headed fae. However, your tales tend to be a little bit more different. They revolve more around the kitsune, a more trickster-based, I don't want to say good aligned, because I hate that kind of thing, but, you know, more of a positive aligned trickster spirit who enjoys small little pranks on people and causing a bit of chaos.
Powerful, though.
Quite powerful, yes. Kitsune don't usually enjoy getting involved with politics. They like to throw a smoke bomb in the works, cause a bit of trouble.
It doesn't really seem like what are they? Kitsune? I think is what it was. Seem much more playful trickstery than this malevolence.
It's not quite what I know. I know him by a different name. One I was told never to say aloud. One that has ties to unfavorable forces.
Unfavorable from your homeworld, then, I take it.
It's hard to explain. Much of the Feywild is governed by several different courts. Each has different vales, different lands. The court I was a part of, one of the more affluent, one of the more powerful. Standing against it was its parallel, its sister in darkness, and that was the Unseelie. The court of the Unseelie.
You believe this figure is from that court?
I don't know. It's just
Um,
my teacher, Ahru, he once mentioned it. He was reluctant to elaborate, though.
I mean, it would seem strange for the powers of the Feywild to be mounting some kind of attack on our own material plane. This material plane.
Is it that surprising? Look at my suit. It's a perfect amalgamation of what I knew and learned in the Fae and combined it with the clockwork mechanics and engineering of this world. If it's possible with this, then what's to say it's so different?
We saw that in a corrupted form today.
Seen very disturbing amalgamation of your work and this.
It's not like anything
I
I
point
wanted
to-
to see done. I tried to reason with them. They seemed to be coming around they were at least considerate of another's opinion. It was whatever being this was that took that choice from them.
So you didn't deliver the blow then? It was the being?
No. It ripped the core out right in front of my eyes.
And then told you it knew its mother? Your mother?
It spoke to me, yeah. It knew me. It knew my name.
Why did it
Given
decide
name.
to kill? Given name.
It was strange. It was like it was trying to understand. Like it never even had another opinion or viewpoint before. It had nothing to compare it to. It seemed like that was the first, and as soon as it even considered another option, it took the choice away from it. Whatever that being, that creature was, it was far more malevolent than anything it was trying to do. It was all it knew.
Like a lot of soldiers. A lot of dead soldiers, I know.
I mean, there are some things, people, places that truly are the embodiment of malice.
I know. I've seen them.
Well, aren't we gathering enemies at a rather steady pace? This...
I think they're just revealing themselves.
It's reassuring.
Hmm.
Knowing they're always there.
Perhaps we should get on the move then.
I
Let's
think we
get
should.
this body respectfully cremated.
If you wouldn't mind attending to that, I can stay here with Gizmo, and maybe Gizmo, if you give me a hand looking, seeing if we can do anything about Humphrey.
Of course, yes. No, I actually picked up a few materials. I actually have some ideas, and I just kind of start
Excellent.
like babbling with him into ideas for like how we can try and fix Humphrey, what I think's wrong, and just distract myself.
Before I head down, just going, keep an eye on her, that she's still breathing, and jump down.
Okay.
Try and remember to do that.
To distract yourselves with the looking over of Humphrey.
So you'd see as well too. Just I look at like at the moment just for a moment, and then just completely look away and start working on Humphrey.
Don't I have Humphrey though?
I mean, Humphrey was... I
Like-
thought you like sat him down somewhere safe. When
I
you
picked
had
him
the
up
and-
conveyor belt.
I thought I picked him up and brought him with me, but it might have.
He was on the... I'd already set him onto the conveyor belt as soon as I got it working. So
Okay.
he'd already started, like...
Yeah, so he would have been up. Humphrey's body is already up in the warehouse. Fenris, if you're saying that you took Humphrey with you, you would have to have left one of the workers, because at the moment you
Okay.
have two workers.
No, that's fine. I will leave Humphrey then for them.
Okay, so you left.
I'd
Humphrey
already
there.
put him on the conveyor belt, so he
Yeah,
was...
no, that's no worries. I just wanted to clarify.
Cool.
So as you are, Ooh, hang on, where are my notes? My notes just flew everywhere. There's Gizmo. Not Gizmo. Humphrey. Okay, the two of you, as you are looking over Humphrey, you, Gizmo, immediately recognize the vines and ivy that are still kind of slightly stuck inside different pieces and different joint parts of Humphrey. They are exactly what you saw up in the command center, and you also see some of the strange flowers also growing in and along that ivy that is
like the flowers I saw above.
The same flowers, yeah.
I'm gonna take some of those flowers and keep them in. I think I have a glass vial in my artist.
Definitely, yeah. You know, it's kind of put them in little test tubes. The Humphrey is pretty badly damaged. There is no gentle hum of his core. Al, are you opening him up, doing anything with him, or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like essentially taking him apart and removing any bits of vine, any bits of like foreign material.
I'll use Druidcraft to make it easier for the vine to come off, wither it.
To kind of wither it away. Okay.
I'm going to, like, knowing kind of how he's laid out inside, just try and see if I can see if there's anything off, physically anything that needs changing.
Yes. So, opening up Humphrey and kind of looking inside, easily done. Gizmo, you kind of wave your hand and are able to remove some of the ivy and twists and branches and everything that's inside. And Al, as you take a look, your heart kind of stops for a second as you see that the entire inside of his compartments have all been etched with new runes, as if someone was desperately trying to wake them back up, recalibrate, recalculate. Equations are scribbled out, rewritten.
Who's trying to wake Humphrey back up.
Yes, as you look over, there's not even a roll. You built Humphrey, you know how he works.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately notice that his little core was overcharged. There are scorch marks on the inside, as if he did it to himself.
Every little bastard. Fuck. Well, teach me to be more careful anyway.
I think he was trying to protect you. Make sure he couldn't be found.
Ah. Well, there's nothing for it. Suppose,
we can fix him. Two of us.
We can fix him, we can remake him, essentially reprogram him. But it won't be Humphrey. Not the same Humphrey anyway. You know how it is. Take a machine apart, put it back together, it works. Take an animal apart, put it back together. Not quite the same thing.
Hey, that's true.
Unfortunate, you know. If only turn back time. Would you mind carrying him? I am still quite weak.
Of course. Just let me know where you want me to put him.
Leave him here for now, and whenever we depart, take him along.
Just kind of put one metallic hand on his shoulder, in a way I hope is comforting, but maybe too tight. I'm not quite sure the calibration on that.
You hear several bones cracking.
Squishy.
That's alright, go work.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on him on first level.
That's actually really nice. Thank you.
Oh, lovely! A rush of warming, healing energy flows through you.
Okay.
Hadn't quite realized just how
I rolled an 8. so
broken
we
I was.
Get back. What do I add to this? Oh, where are my spells? Plus 5, so that's a 13. You get 13 HP back.
Hey,
Fantastic.
good
I'm
for the wizard.
like above half health. That's great.
Oh, what's that like?
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, to be honest, it's not much of a difference.
So the two of you are here. Caché, you make it down. You find Revenant just coming out of the psychedelic moment that he was having. Revenant, you know.
Revenant looks up at Caché and goes, Caché, look out for the colours.
What colors?
Oh, where did they go?
They slowly fade, and you just see Caché's voidling form staring at you.
You
What
okay?
happened?
I'm not too sure. I think we should all get together and talk about everything that's happened. Seems to be a lot more going on here than originally thought.
I found the envoy's body. It fell from the sky.
Did you not hear me shout?
Oh, that what that noise was.
Yeah, I probably didn't shout loud enough then. Anyway, we need to put the body in the furnace as respectably as we possibly can, for Gizmo's sake.
Revenant looks down at the body, looks at the faceplate in his hand, looks back up at Caché, just shoves the faceplate inside his robe and goes, yes.
Caché chooses to ignore the last second.
Very good.
Memory?
You now have a very interesting item, which I need to go make. Yep. And it is jaggedly done. It is awful. It is, yeah. Oh, it's so bad.
Junior's,
yeah, the crowbar is being put away. Like it's.
This is Junior's technology level.
Yeah. It's
hoof it off.
And like underneath is horrifying because it's just like the yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna go into that. So you two, grab a hold of the envoy's body and respectfully burn the shit out of it.
Who fit into the furnace?
You do. And it takes a little bit of time as you watch the metal slowly begins to erode away and burn up. Slowly but surely, the body is no more. The end of an era.
I think I'll respectively leave the room in silence, but before I go, I'll kind of nod my head as if to Revenant, just to, come on, we'll head up and go towards the conveyor.
I will follow.
Okay. You join Al and Gizmo at the top.
Also, making sure I have Fran.
Oh, Fran's definitely with you. Fran's staying very, very close. She nearly got stepped on. She is staying very close. But as the four of you come back together, Fenris, with Dixon and all of the other workers, where are you headed? Are you heading out? Or...
Well, we left the. I'm pretty sure we left the repair yard. I think we're trying to get them into a safe spot, but I want to go back to Dixon's office to pick up the other worker.
Okay, so upon leaving the West Repair Yard, you are able to kind of like find the front door and kind of shimmy it open, unlock it from the inside, basically. And as you basically, with Dixon's help, begin to slide open the giant warehouse doors, you see that the entire place is surrounded by constables. And Inspector Vinny, who you recognize immediately, is in a full-out argument with Peridot from the Starforge Guild. And you hear, how many times do I gotta tell you not to get involved in these sorts of matters? Your guild has a purpose in this city, and we have ours. You see Peridot towering over Vinny. Our purpose is to hold the constabulary accountable for letting dangers go like this go unattended. And how long has it been? How many complaints and warnings have you blatantly ignored? And Vinny's like, this is the first I've heard of such a problem in the area. I don't know what you expect me to say. Patrol picked up something odd, and that's why we're here. Peridot kind of just looks furious in this, and we can't stand here and argue. We have to get in there. My people are in there. Do you understand? And that's when the doors open. And
I'll take one look at it and turn to Dixon.
Dixon just looks at, and just his face just immediately goes into his hands.
Let's go to the back door.
And he's like, they've already spotted us. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this one.
I don't care.
He kind of awkward waves. Like, you see Inspector Vinny kind of look over, Peridot look over, immediately start making his way over to you.
I will shuffle out, be a bit more dramatic, being as battered as I am. Just play it up a little bit.
As you're like carrying two workers in your arms.
Yeah. Just a slight limp.
Just a slight limp there.
Oh,
you hear Vinny,
my back. I'm stewing you.
Call the mage rights quickly. We need to get healers over here. And you can see some people starting to kind of funnel in. It is packed. There is a lot of people. There's not only Starforge individuals, but there's also just the constabularies. It is packed. If there were sirens in this world, there would be lights flashing. But there's not.
We just have steam whistles instead.
Steam whistles, exactly. But Vinny kind of comes over to you. Why am I not surprised to find you once more in the middle of everything?
You're late. Why am I not surprised?
I assume the rest of your party is in there.
Probably.
You look like shit, by the way. And
Yes,
kind of
well.
motions a mage right over to you, and they'll give you a cure wounds there.
Yes, it's difficult work doing your job for you.
That is 9 points of healing. Fenris.
Hooray! I'm not even at health yet.
Peridot immediately brings over Starforge individuals, and they grab some of the workers, and you can actually see that Starforge and the Constabulary are actually working together. They've completely set aside all of their arguments, and they're helping the workers that you currently have. And you can hear Peridot kind of turns to you, Fenris. I am grateful to know that you are all right. As soon as I received your message, I gathered as many as I could. What happened?
Well, firstly, I didn't think that would work, but I'm glad you received it. And secondly, well, for the second part, I don't really know where to start.
Very well. Understand.
Well, there's a more damaged specimen at Dixon's office that we first found and tried to help, but we decided to help everyone first.
Very good. Yes, let's get everyone help. Is there any more inside?
None alive. Just the other members of my party have been doing his job with.
Right. Okay.
The other workers are mostly dead. There might be one alive and writhing, screaming. They're putting clockwork on him. Same with these, and same with the lady at Dixon's office.
Yeah, and he begins to kind of look over at the workers and kind of see what you're saying, and his eyes kind of go wide. To the rest of you, are you heading out as well, or are you staying in the workshop?
Seeing as I'm in full voidling, I'm absolutely going nowhere near the constabulary.
You don't know that they're there at the moment.
Yeah.
How long does the cremation take?
But would you, since I opened the
He's
doors, would you start
cremated.
hearing or ordering?
Okay.
I'd say because the warehouse is so large, you would all be able to hear Fenris speaking to people, and Dixon speaking to people. So, Caché, I'll allow you a moment to and kind of need to figure something out.
Okay, cool. In that case, how calm am I? Have I?
I'm gonna just laugh and not answer you.
Okay, fair enough. In that case,
calm are
this
you?
is happening quickly. I've got 10 minutes.
Okay. What do you do?
All right, I'm coming out the last possible second that I can possibly come out.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the two boys with the trolley out for me.
Okay.
And as I go, as I do step through the door, I'm going to cast Disguise Self to put a pristine version of myself. So I'm not hurt. No healers need to come near me, etc., etc.
Okay. Pristine, just clean, street garb. Yep, you are Caché that never got hit. And
Yeah, absolutely.
As you step out, Dixon kind of glances at you and just rolls.
Oh yeah, because Dixon's bleeding from places too.
Dixon is he's
Oh,
fucked. But as you all kind of come together, you join Fenris in seeing Inspector Vinny. You also see, most of you, except for Caché, see a new individual that you've not seen before. A kind of a green stone-skinned individual, bald, with kind of golden accents. Most of you would recognize this as a Solar Ash race, which are a gem-based kind of person. That's the best way I can describe them. And Peridot is currently staying very close to Fenris, and speaking with her, and Inspector Vinny is kind of moves her way closer to Dixon, while the Magicites are kind of running around trying to help people. The workers are removed from all of you, taken away immediately to healers. Is there anything anybody would like to do?
I'll probably let the healers know as I'm heading out that there's still a worker on the table on the bed. Or if they're coming
did
in,
you bring out the?
kind of
I'm assuming you guys brought out the bed.
Yeah, if there's wheels, actually, I could probably push it out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys bring. I think that's everybody. Dion stays pretty close to Dixon. Doesn't he kind of shakes off the? No, I'm not hurt. I'm not good. Go help with the others, and just kind of stays out of. He's looking a bit nervous. All of you. The kid doesn't really know how to hide it. He's looking a bit nervous with all the constabulary around.
I'll turn to Caché and loudly enough so that a couple of people around us can hear, and I'll go, Caché, I think it's important that we report immediately for debriefing at the military academy.
I would think so. We should probably go. And I'm going to kind of just walk confidently off.
I think you need to wait there, and that's Inspector Vinny saying to you. I have a few questions that
Your questions can wait, Inspector Vinny.
Hi.
The military takes precedence over you.
Yes. Captain Vinny, I should introduce my fellows. Oh wait, you already met them. Peridot, I can introduce them to you. We've met Caché, great support. That's Revenant. Useful, but don't trust him. That's Al. That's Al.
Give a little nod when he says that. Just give a little nod.
That's Al. Quite the trailblazer. And Gizmo. He helped.
We still hear whimpering from inside the suit.
Peridot kind of looks you all over. We are extremely grateful for what you've done here. I know Fenris was telling me a little bit, but I'm pretty sure there would be a lot more people dead if you hadn't done what you did. So thank you very much.
That's unfortunate. There's already so many dead.
Oh yes, we'd also be dead if it wasn't for Gizmo doing whatever it is he did to save the day.
Peridot kind of looks to you, Gizmo. Well, thank you for your fine work, then.
Of course.
And Vinny kind of steps in. I do understand that you need to get to the military. However, there's a few rules that do need to be followed. It'll only take a few moments. I need to know a little bit more about why you all came here in the dead of night.
I will turn to Peridot and just point at him.
Peridot just kind of looks to you and looks to the inspector and just kind of nods. Right.
Inspector, we are all sore and very tired. You know we are staying at kind of Caché's house. You can question us in the morning if you don't mind.
Actually, son, you're in my city, and you'll learn your place. Do you understand?
I understand perfectly. And I'll turn and just start walking away.
She just kind of looks to the rest of you. Look, I understand you all are battered and tired. There are things that I need to know. There's no one else in that warehouse that's alive, correct? That you couldn't save or get out. Anybody we need to go get.
Not that I've seen.
He's
I
the
mean,
greatest.
you got the girl in the trolley, right?
Yes, we have her. She's being attended to right now.
She was the last that I found.
Very good. Thank you
Not
very
to our
much
knowledge.
for all that you did. And is there a name that I can put down on this report? You seem to be quite in the middle of everything lately.
One of our names, or just a name? Do I just start throwing out names at random?
Well, it's up to you. What do you want to be called?
It's only been a day.
Oh, wow. Just putting me on the spot here.
I can just put all your names individually, but I didn't know if there was like a guild you were part of or anything like that.
What's your house number, Caché?
62.
No, 69!
69 then.
Yes. We're not being called the 69ers.
No, we're not.
Somehow. Seems
Yeah, so yes.
Did we all vote on what we wanted?
Housemates.
And they
That's
were
what we are.
housemates. Jesus Christ.
Housemates.
Why? Well,
What about the shadows, or is that too edgelord?
That's very edgelord.
The shadows.
let's go with something slightly less edgelord and go with outcasts. Outlanders.
I'm still
nearly as
feeling
bad.
the edge.
that's-
Still feeling the edge.
No.
We can be edge.
Misplaced.
We can just be edgelords.
The misplaced.
Misplaced.
Misfits.
It's either that or roomies.
The mistakes.
Roomies.
Outlanders.
But I'm from the city.
Highlanders.
The Highlander cows.
Cows, yeah.
The Highlander coos.
Vinny will kind of look at
Social
all of
anxiety gang.
the social anxieties.
Awkward.
The trauma gang. Vinny will kind
Trauma
of
team.
Trauma team is actually pretty good. I like that.
Trauma team, yeah, to be
Yeah.
fair.
I don't know
What
if
is
it's
it? Trauma
copyrighted
team?
for Yeah, Trauma Team. Don't know if it's copyrighted by Cyberpunk, but it's a name anyway. We can just be the Trauma Team.
I say YOLO, Trauma
Cut
team.
the part where
Alright.
we mentioned
We'll just cut straight to.
Yeah, we'll drop the very, very specific copyright that I mentioned. That I
Alright.
did not mention.
That you didn't
Did not.
mention that it wasn't there. All right, so
You don't
alright,
need to see our identification.
so Trauma Team, is that
Trauma
what
Trauma team.
the
Trauma Team it is.
trauma team it is. All right.
The trauma team.
The traumas. So,
Trauma
trauma
team.
team.
On to trauma,
Or-
but out and in.
We can
Vinny
be
takes down the
TT or titties.
The
Titty
titties.
gang. The titty gang.
Pretty titties.
Who are you, titties?
Titties.
TTs.
Oh.
We're the TTs.
Oh no! What have we done?
TTs.
What have we done?
Right, let's go.
I
Trauma
don't know.
team it is.
I am here
Trauma
on behalf of
team, go.
titties.
On behalf of the TTs.
And thus Titty saved the city.
All right.
Who
well,
are
I
no
think
match for
The
the
ending
power
are all
of the
saved
titties?
by titties.
No match for the power of the titties.
I think we've successfully chosen the name.
Yeah.
Because it got all of us laughing. So the
We're trauma team.
so the TTs.
Yeah.
The trauma
Okay.
team is
The
what
trauma
we put down
team.
on the official
Trauma
paperwork.
team.
But if you
Official
Yeah.
know,
paperwork.
you know.
You
Yeah.
know. You know. Very good.
You know when you've been slapped by Titty.
Oh my god!
I can't. Okay.
Oof.
So trauma team is put down on the list.
Yeah.
Vinny, make sure. Inspector Vinny, make sure. My God, I'm getting tired. Make sure that everybody is okay. Majorites are brought to you. You're healed up a little bit, and she takes the last bits of notes, and basically stays very close to you. It is kind of but working the site, basically working the scene, making sure everything is working right. Peridot does say to all of you, I do understand. I've already said that you've done a great service to the city and for the guilds as well. I'll make sure that you're compensated for the damages taken. You are all welcome to the guild hall should you need rest or healers, unless you have another place to go.
I have a place.
Very good. Well, come by. I know, Fenris, you have information that we are currently working on. But
Yes.
we will make sure that you are compensated for your work this evening.
Well, we thank you for that.
Yes, you probably won't get anything from the constabulary, so I wouldn't even ask.
I wasn't going to bother.
Yeah.
I think if anything,
But,
we don't want anything to do with them.
Do you need an escort back to your house?
No, I'm sure Dixon will show you back to his office so you can rescue the other poor lady.
Dixon's kind of like, yes, I'll take them there. Are you returning to your house, or do you want to return to the office?
Well, I'm not really sure. Perhaps we could drop by in the morning.
We can come back tomorrow morning, I think.
Yeah, I got to look him straight in the eye, and it's like, yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, well, we should
Kinda shivers
definitely
a little
sleep
bit.
on it.
And kind of just, yeah, right. Forget where I have my office, all right? Kind of grabs Dion, and kind of the two of them start to lead Peridot and a few of the other Starforge towards his office.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be talking again soon.
Okay. So, all of you, where are you headed?
Back to Caché's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back
in
to
the middle of the street.
Number 69, I guess.
Yeah. Our team
Titties.
headquarters.
Oh god.
Titties
City
at 69.
headquarters, number 69.
Yeah. Back to 69 for
Have
Trauma
You
team
did
headquarters.
this, DM. You
I
did
know.
this.
be Trauma
needed
team
a name.
headquarters.
You guys,
So back to 69 TT head.
it's just not gonna stop. But you all, I'd say for how broken and battered you all are, it takes a good hour to actually make your way back. It is
Oh,
dark.
we're getting the drag.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Are you getting something?
Oh,
to-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No problem.
I have-
You got, like,
I
5
have an
minutes.
hour of this spell. I need to get home.
Home.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you you can order basically one of the steam steeds if you wish, and it's like a little private, almost like taxi, a little carriage that you can get, pulled by a beautiful golden horse that kind of has like this like wheel on the top that's kind of like turned to give it its pressure. And you make good time. The horse really brings you through the city. So I would say actually with that and for where you are, it would take you only about 15-20 minutes to get back.
Get in.
Get
Close
in
the
house,
door.
close the door, take a deep breath,
Drop the spell.
drop the spell. And I'll say, for expedience's sake, I'm assuming we're not going to probably talk too much. You all are pretty tired. A lot has happened. It's been a day. About 4 sessions of a day. You all begin to slowly start to make your way to your respected places. A lot on your mind. Some of you pretty heartbroken over lives lost too early. Time taken, not understood. And as you slowly find your places of rest or contemplation.
One last thing when we've all gone off to our own like separate rooms, I'll get out of the suit and kind of sit contemplating for a little while, and then after a little while I'll go to the bag of holding and I'm going to take out the Ethereum core wrapped in the Vernal steel.
Still beating.
I'm just going to spend some time with it, just try to understand, because obviously this is a bit more involved, a bit more advanced than I've like built into my suit. I just want to spend some time getting to try and figure out how I could possibly bring it back in some way.
Okay. Very good.
Just for a little while and then put it away.
Okay. So you spend almost an hour, maybe 2, just kind of sitting with it and trying to understand it. And there's a comfort to the boop, boop, boop sound of it.
I'll also spend some time myself before going into a trance, just taking apart Humphrey.
Okay.
Laying him out on the table, just piece by piece.
There's a lovely little workshop space for you in your room where you can kind of lay him out. Yeah.
Horribly messy. Really disorganized. This is just chaos.
All over. Yep. You do so. Spend a bit of time with him. What's left. See the intricate equations that have been scrawled on the inside. Again, there's a franticness to it. Almost like trying to bring it back.
Might never know what exactly happened.
Should check. Fenris, Revenant, is there anything you're doing?
No, I'm gonna go back up the room and do my usual, crawl under the bed with Silverlight.
No, I think Rev's just gonna straight up and do his usual.
Sit in the shadows.
Yep.
With Fran, who falls asleep pretty quickly on you. Actually, before she had a hard day. As did you, but she had a particularly hard day. Caché.
Yeah?
You go up to your room, hearing the others slowly make their way up to the loft and their spaces. And you step into your bedroom and you see a letter laying on your bed.
Okay.
Go ahead and open that letter, Miguel.
Oh no! So I've got this very beautiful letter with this little. I'm trying to open it without breaking the wax seal because it's beautiful.
The wax seal is meant to be broken, so it's okay if it does.
I know, but I really don't want to.
I chose Avasha. I tried to choose Avasha colors, so they're red and gold.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I finally got it off. Perfect. Sorry, guys. Okay. we know.
With the symbol of Avasha Isles.
Uh-oh.
And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh, you're
Oh.
no. You're fucked, man.
Fuck.
Out of the army.
Avasha Isles knows.
Yep.
I'm getting blackmailed. No, blackmailed.
You also all level up.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll some hit die for me. And
Alright.
I don't know what that was. Mark, I can't see it.
We can see.
An
Roll.
8 again. It's a beefy warlock we have.
Oh, yeah, HP.
I'm going to wait because I don't know what hit die I'm going to roll yet.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Interesting.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Job, Gizmo.
Wait, look into this. I'll forget to add stuff if I do this now, so I'll do it at a point.
So an 8. Not sure yet. A 2. Revenant, what'd you get?
Just waiting there. I rolled on Beyond.
Yes.
Oh wait, I can add. Okay, right.
Oh,
I forgot
6.
what level 9 is. Oh, fantastic.
level 9's a good level. For all of
us,
her.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For many of you, I think, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. 9 levels, just, yeah.
Yeah, you get like the next kind of big, I feel, power surge at level 9.
I think it isn't bards. They only get like 2 proficiencies at 9, something like that.
Usual 4.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll
That's
have
what
to
I'm
talk
thinking now.
thinking
You
of
see.
doing something else. This is exciting.
Mhm.
Very good, very good. Well, with that, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as it feeds the algorithm gods. And we will see you in the next episode.